my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a simple and quick makeup tutorial, something that will take you about 5 or 10 minutes to complete, and something that's really good for school or on the go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right. So the first item that I'm going to use is the Philosophy the Present Primer. So this primer is actually really good. I was at Ulta recently and they recommended this to me. This is really good for oily skin, and also is like a medicinal primer. So while it's priming your skin, it's actually helping out your skin as well, which is really good. And only a little bit goes a long way, because this is really thick and it's going to take about a few minutes just to kind of set into your skin. So make sure you do have a little bit of time to let this sink in before you hop into your next step. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this onto my skin, and like I said, you only really need maybe 1.5 squeezes of this. It's really thick. It does have a medicinal smell to it. I don't mind it. I actually kind of like the smell, but I know a lot of people from the reviews I've seen has said that they really don't like the smell. So but it does fade away. It doesn't last a really long time on your skin at all. And I have noticed that this has made my makeup last a long time, and also it really helps with my oily skin throughout the day. It feels more like a moisturizer when you put it on, and because it's so thick, you would think it really doesn't help with your skin type, but it actually really does. So I really like that about this product. So like I said, you kind of want to wait. It says wait 2 full minutes before you get ready to apply the rest of your makeup. So while this is sinking in, I'll go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit more about this product. So it says it's to help smooth the appearance of fine lines, pores, and uneven texture. Lysozyme, a natural antibacterial enzyme, helps promote skin clarity. An oil-free formula provides a smooth, matte finish for flawless makeup application. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into my brows. So I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Ebony. I really love this. I feel like that this is so worth the money. This is like $18 for this pot, and I feel like it lasts me a really long time. And I typically do my eyebrows every day. The only thing I've been having issues with this pot particularly is that it has dried out, and typically the dip brow does dry, but here lately I've been having to dip my angle brush into some water and like mix this in just to get it a little bit more liquidy. So that's what I do recommend you guys do, or you can use the MAC Fix Plus to go ahead and spray on your brush just to get it a little bit more, a little wet, so that way you can really kind of maneuver the product. Or you can spray the Fix Plus in there just to kind of get the product a little bit more wet so you can be able to use it. But this is my favorite brow product. I really like using this product because it actually really makes my brows darker and more visible. As you guys can see, I don't have brows at all. So this really helps with that. I'm just making sure that I'm filling in my brows. I don't always have like the same shape or the best shape every single day, but I just make sure that I'm filling them in well, and then I'll just go back in with concealer and I'll just clean it up. So now I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution concealer, and this is in the shade C14. So this is a really good highlighting concealer that I like to use in order to highlight my brows, and it's a really good step above my main concealer that I'm going to use today for my skin. So I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is another brush, or the brush that I use for the to do my brows. The angle brush is the Japanese brush, and it's from Ulta. I got it a while ago. It's in the brush 240, and then this is, I believe, the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush in number 20, 18 or 20, but I know they've kind of changed their brush shape and size recently, I think, because my mom tried to get the same brush and I think it looks smaller. But basically it's the one with the straight edge and then the spoolie on the end. So I'm going to use the straight edge to go up under that brow and just to clean it up a little bit. And what I like about the dip brow is that you have a lot of control with it. A lot of people say to not use it because if you really don't know what you're doing, your brows could look really bad. That's why they do recommend pencils for a lot of beginners. But I know when I first started out, pencils were very bad because I have a heavy hand. So I just like using the dip brow a little bit better. And then there has been times when I've kind of gone like too dark, but I just try to like spoolie it out a little bit more. Like I said, it's really hard for me to get my brows completely perfect or how I want them because my brows are very like sparse. So I just try to do the best that I can just because I really don't have that much of a shape to go off of from to begin with. So I just kind of do the best I can. Some days they come out way better than most. So this process does take me a minute. So this would for me be like the most time consuming part of the whole makeup tutorial. But if you're like really quick with your brows or you already have a nice shape and you just kind of have to fill them in, then this will be kind of quick for you. Okay, so once I get a shape that I like or that I feel like they look kind of even or similar, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the same Makeup Revolution concealer, but this one is going to be in the shade C15. So this actually is the perfect match for me. And if you're my skin tone, I'm typically Laura Mercier's foundation in the shade Truffle, and I'm also Rihanna's I'm trying to remember what foundation shade I'm in, the Fenty Beauty. I actually need to kind of get another one because when I got it, I was a little bit darker than I am now. So, but I am a true match to the Laura Mercier Truffle foundation. So if you guys have that, or if you've kind of been matched to that, then the Makeup Revolution C15 is the perfect foundation. But I'm going to use it as a foundation today. It's the perfect concealer to use as like for your face. That will match your actual skin tone of your face. So what I like to do is I'm going to get this concealer, and this actually is a really good dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I've actually gotten the ColourPop No Filter concealer, and that's amazing, but I kind of don't like to pay shipping for something that small or that cheap. So I was trying to find a good dupe, and this Makeup Revolution is so good. And this is another reason why this tutorial or this actual like getting ready with me is going to be really short, because I'm just going to use this concealer as my foundation. So I'm going to go in with this, and then I'm just going to go over my problem areas. So any like dark marks, any like acne scarring that I have, or any acne at all, I'm just going to go over with this. So now that I see that I have like covered up most, if not all, of like my problem areas, I'm gonna go in with the Sigma Flat Kabuki brush, and this is the one, this is the F80 Flat Kabuki. I really love this brush. I feel like it just really blends in my foundation really well, and it doesn't soak up as much foundation. I typically don't like to use the beauty blender or any sponges for foundation. I really like brushes, but really to each his own. Whichever way you want to apply this is best. I haven't really used anything else besides a brush when using this concealer, so I don't know if it'll look blotchy or patchy, but definitely with this brush or any brush that I've used like an oval brush as well, and it's really worked well. Also with this concealer, you don't have to necessarily work fast. I don't think it dries down really fast at all. I've taken a minute to actually blend it in, and it's like taken, it still like blends in really, really well. So this is the perfect everyday makeup for me, to use this concealer as a foundation because I don't really have that many problem areas. I haven't tried to layer it up to see how much coverage it would get if it is buildable. But if you are like me and just want something soft and good, then this is definitely something that you will want to try out. So I'm just going to go over once more over this little scar that I have and see if it'll kind of layer up a lot. So yeah, going off of this, I feel like it is slightly buildable because I can still see my scar peeking out from here, but it's not as bad as when I first blended it in. So yeah, I really love those concealers. I'm so glad I found them. I don't know where they are sold at elsewhere, but I know I got them from Ulta, and they are about, I think, let me actually look it up for you guys. So they are $7 at Ulta, and I know typically at Ulta they do have things that where they're like buy one get one 50% off, and you can also use, if you are part of the Ulta rewards, or if you get their emails, you can use your 20% off, or your $5 off 15, $3.50 off of 15, those coupons that they have like all the time. You can use this off of this because it's not considered a prestige brand. And also I just seen that they have a jumbo size of this concealer, and that is $10, but it says that it's online only. But if you guys want the regular size that I have, then they are $7. And I feel like I'm gonna start stocking up on these because they are amazing. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and go into highlight and blush. I've really been loving this MAC blush, and this is in the shade MAC Blush. I've been really loving this MAC highlighter, and this is in the shade Beaming Blush. That's why I think I called it blush. So this is so amazing. Like, this is a really great gold color. I've been wearing it every day. I'm using the Sephora fan brush, and this is the Pro Fan in number 65. I actually really didn't like using this fan brush for the longest, and I think it's probably because I was using it with chalkier highlighters, because here lately when I've been using it with softer highlighters that are like this one that actually sink into your skin, it actually works amazing. And I really like using this as well for the Fenty Hustler Baby. That's another one of my favorite highlighters. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with blush. I've really been loving this e.l.f. blush quad, and this is the dark blush quad. I really like this one. As you guys can see, I didn't hit pan on this bottom one. They don't have numbers on them, but I really am obsessed with this bottom blush. And I'm taking the Luxie 520 tapered base brush. This was a set. I believe they carry Luxie Beauty now at Nordstrom, so that's really good because I know I had to get this set online. But they have really good coupons as well. I think I got this after the holidays last year, and they had a really good deal going on. MAC Fix Plus spray. This is a mini. I haven't really been using this spray, and I think it's because I was oily skin. Sorry about that. I think it was because I'm oily skin and I didn't really want to use something that was gonna make me even oilier or look even more shiny, but this actually really has helped, especially since it's the winter time and it's gonna get even colder. You really want to make sure that you're moisturizing your skin even if you have oily skin, and this primer actually really has helped my skin with staying mattified. So no matter what spray I used, I can stay matte all day. Next I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. So I did this combo the other day and it came out so good, and also I used a trick that the lady at Ulta helped me out with. So because I do have like darker lips, I don't really need to line my lips, which is good because that's like one less product that I have to buy. So she said I can actually use like my darker lips as like a liner, so to say. So I'm going to show you guys how she taught me that. So basically I'm going to take this Anastasia liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Toast. So I'm going to take this and then I'm just going to put it in the middle. So I'm going to wait till that dried down a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with this Buxom lip gloss, and this is in the shade Dolly. This is the perfect like sheer pink lip gloss that goes well with anything by itself, on top of lipstick, on top of liquid lipstick. I really like it, and I do recommend this one, and it also gives that good like tingly feeling. It's supposed to plump your lips, but I don't really see a difference, but the tingling feeling is kind of cool in either way. So I'm going to take that and just go over like my entire lip. Here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it kind of helped you if you're looking for something a little bit more simple for an everyday look. And also I hope that some of these products that I use are new to you, so you guys can definitely go check them out at your nearest Ulta or your Sephora, whichever the case may be. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that the look came out great, and I know it's going to come out great on you guys too. So definitely DM me through Instagram, or just shout me out on Instagram. I'll leave all my socials down below, or even on Twitter if you guys try out any of these products, and let me know how they work for you. I will be leaving all of the details about the products in the description box if I can find them, if they're still available. And also just leave me a comment down below if you guys want to see more makeup tutorials, more beauty recommendations, or if you guys want to see fashion, lifestyle, or fitness videos. I'm open to any suggestions, so make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.